Software testing techniques are different ways of checking if an application is working as expected. They guide testers and developers on how to test. In this video, we are going to cover three types of software testing techniques: black box testing, white box testing, and gray box testing. Black box testing is testing what the system does without looking at the code. You only test the input and output. Let's understand this by looking at this example. Testing the withdrawal functionality of an ATM. You insert your card, enter your PIN, choose to withdraw cash, enter amount, and check if the right amount comes out. You don't need to know how the ATM works. Who are those that can perform this type of testing techniques? We have business analysts, end users, and QA testers. So anyone who cannot code and who does not understand how to code can perform testing. So at what phase can we use this type of testing techniques? We can use it at the level of unit testing, that is testing functions. We do not understand how they process their logic. Testing at the level of integration, system testing, and also user acceptance testing. White box testing is testing how the system works by looking at the code. You check the code logic, you check the code condition, you check the code loops, etc. Let's understand this by looking at this example. Testing an ATM withdrawal function that prevents users from withdrawing amounts greater than their account balance. So in order for you to perform this test, you need to go line by line because you can see the code, you have access to the code, you understand it better. So you provide a test data and you start checking each line of the code and compare the result with the expected result. So who are those that can perform this type of testing techniques? We have developers, technical testers, security experts. At what level of testing can we use this technique? We can use this at the level of unit testing and integration testing. Graybox testing is a mix of black box testing and white box testing. Here, testers have knowledge of the internal code but still focuses on inputs and output. It combines user perspective with some technical knowledge. What are some of the differences between black box testing and white box testing techniques? Aspect focus. Black box testing focuses on what the system does, that is the system functionality, while white box testing focuses on how the system does it, the logic and the code. White box testing requires programming knowledge, while black box testing does not require any programming knowledge. Black box testing is usually faster than white box testing. Anyone can perform black box testing, while for white box testing, developers and SDET are the only ones who can perform this, or anyone who has knowledge in coding. A perfect example that can differentiate both. If I enter the wrong password, does it reject me? While in white box testing you ask, does the if statement correctly handles invalid password? So that is all for today's video. Hope you learned something. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like and share this content with others.